Good morning, students. Welcome to today's lecture. In the last class, we discussed the topic of negative numbers that are used in many cases. Here, we have taken an example of real life. You can see an iceberg. This is an example of Titanic. Here, you can see the iceberg is this is the sea level. We have some part of iceberg above the sea level and some part below the sea level. So, if we take sea level as 0, so we will take above part as positive and below part as negative. So these negative numbers are used to represent the opposite of normal things that we do. Okay, that is why you can see 0, 10, 20, 30. It is the positive when you go upwards, and when you are going downwards, we have taken that as negative. This sign convention can change also. You can assume above as negative and below as positive, no issue. Okay, nothing is fixed. It is relative only. Now rule 1, if the sign are same. First rule is while addition, if sign of both the integers are same, whether both positive or negative, what will happen? First of all, we pretend the signs aren't there. First thing, we will forget of any sign. We just add the numbers. So add the numbers and then put the same sign of addends in front of your answer. So you can say in this case we have 9 plus 5. Just add them first. 9 plus 5 is 14. Now just see which symbol they were having earlier. Here there is no symbol, so we can consider it is plus only. So 9 is positive, 5 is positive, hence the answer 14 is also positive. Similarly, in this case, you can see there are two numbers 9 and 5. They both have same sign and the sign is negative. So first you add them. 9 plus 5 is 14. Now think about the sign. As both the number are having same sign, that is negative, hence 14 is also having a negative sign. I hope you got the rule 1 where sign of both the numbers are either positive or both either negative. What happens? In both the cases we add only. Here the answer comes is also positive. Here the answer comes as negative. Okay. Now solve the problems. You can try these questions. Here you can see they all have same sign, negative, negative, positive. Here they have both have positive sign, negative sign, both have positive sign, both have negative sign. I hope you all can add it very easily and try as your what you say practice question. Okay. Now rule number 2. It says if the sign are different, that is if the numbers are having different sign like first positive, second negative, or first negative number, second positive number. What to do in such cases? What you do is again you pretend the signs are not there. First of all, you again forget the sign and then see what you will do. Subtract the smaller from the larger one. Whatever number you have, just subtract the smaller one from the larger one and put the sign of 1 with the larger absolute value. So you can see here we have minus 9 plus 5. You can see it like this. We have minus 9 plus 5. Now what will happen? Here first you forget the signs. Okay, as the signs are different we have to subtract. What? 9 minus 5 is 4. Now you can think as 9 is having larger sign, so answer will contain minus 4. I hope you got this. So answer is minus 4. Similarly, you can try these questions. They are of same basis. You have to subtract and then the answer will contain sign of larger number. If the larger number is positive, answer will be positive. If the larger number is negative, answer will be negative. So you can see the circle is representing the larger number. It will help you to understand the sign of answer. Now, on way to add integers, with a number line. We have done this already in the last lecture. Again, let's see it one more time. So we have done this. When the number is positive, we count to the right side, and the number is negative, we count to the left side. I hope we have done this in the last lecture and it is clear to you. Okay, whenever you add something, you move those many places to right. Whenever you subtract something, you move those many places to the left. I've already told you in a number line, when you go from left to right, numbers are arranged in ascending order. Okay, this is the origin or center of number line. Towards the right, all positive numbers are there. Towards the left, all negative numbers are there. Now comes the integer subtraction rule. So we have seen till now addition rule, in which we have seen first case when both signs are same and second case when both signs are different. Now we will see subtraction rule. It is very much similar to the addition rule only. Let's see. What is it? Subtracting a negative number is the same as adding a positive. Let's see how. First we have to do like this. Suppose you have 2 minus minus of 7. Now I have told you in the last lecture also, if you have negative and in bracket you have again a negative, then these two are getting multiplied and negative into negative is positive. It is same as minus 2 into minus 2. I have told you, when you have negative numbers getting multiplied and there are negative number of even numbers, you can say there are negative even number of negatives, that there are two negatives, then it will become positive. If there are four negatives getting multiplied, answer will be positive. If there are six negatives getting multiplied, answer will be positive. Okay, so here you can see this negative into negative will become positive. So we can say this 2 minus minus 7 is same as 2 plus 7, and the answer will become 9. Okay. Some more examples. You can see 12 minus minus 8. Again bracket is here. It means minus into minus will become plus like this, and answer is 12 plus 8 equal to 20. Here let's understand. This time we have minus 3 minus of minus 11. It can be written as minus 3 plus 11, and now it is very easy for us because now we have different signs. So we will subtract. First we will forget the signs. What sign is there? We will just do 11 minus 3. That is equal to how much? 8. Now see which number is larger. Obviously 11 is larger than 3. What sign is of 11? 11 is having a sign of plus. So answer is also plus 8. Okay. Now question is, at Srinagar temperature was minus 5 degrees Celsius on Monday, and then it dropped by 2 degrees Celsius on Tuesday. So we have days like this: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay. What it is saying is, on Monday the temperature is how much? Minus 5 degree Celsius. Then it dropped by 2 degrees Celsius. By means it is reduced by 2. If it was saying it dropped to 2 degrees Celsius, then it would have been different thing. But it is saying it dropped by 2 degrees Celsius. So if it dropped, that means we have minus 5 minus 2. Drop means it is decreasing, so it becomes minus 5 minus 2, and we know when there are two numbers of same sign, they get added and the sign remain the same. So we will have 5 plus 2 7, and sign is minus 7 only. So on Tuesday temperature became minus 7 degree Celsius. Again they are saying, what was temperature on Tuesday? That we have found as minus 7 degrees Celsius. On Wednesday, it rose by 4 degree Celsius. So whatever temperature was on Tuesday, on Wednesday what happened? It rose by 4 degrees Celsius. So we will take it as positive. So earlier we had minus 7. Here it is. And it rose by 4. So we show it by plus sign. So now we have different signs, plus and minus. We know the rule. We have to subtract. That is 7 minus 4 is 3. And now we will see which number is larger. Larger is 7 and 7 is having a sign of negative. So answer is also negative. That is why the answer becomes minus 3 degree Celsius. Question number 4. A plane is flying at height of 5000 meter above the sea level. So if this is sea level, at 0 we have taken the sea level, so above it I am considering positive values, below it I am considering negative values. So the plane right now is at how much height? 5000 meters. At a particular point it is exactly above a submarine that is floating 1200 meter below the sea level. You can see at this point the plane is how much distance above the sea level? 5000 meters. And the submarine is how much below the sea level? 1200 meter. What they are asking is what is the vertical distance between them? Obviously, the vertical distance between them is from plane to submarine. That means we have to add these two distances. Very simple. But let's see how to do so. Okay, because here the sign will come into factor. Let's see. This question is based on number line. We can see this is a number line example only. Here above is positive and below is negative. Let's see how it occurs. Now, what is given to us? Height of plane 5000 meter. We are taking it as positive. Why? Because we have considered anything above 0 will be taken as positive. So 5000 meter in positive as it is above 0. And depth of submarine is minus 1200 meter as it is below 0. Now, the vertical distance will be given by how much? Height of plane minus depth of submarine, because it is in positive direction and submarine is in negative direction. So we will do like this. While doing, when put the value, height of plane is plus 5000, then we have a minus sign, and finally we have depth of submarine, that is how much? 1200 but with negative sign. Okay, now what will happen? These two negative will become positive. Why? Because negative into negative is positive. So we have 5000 plus 1200 and the final answer is 6200 meters. Okay, I hope you got this. What we are doing is we are taking above sea level as positive, below sea level as negative. Okay. Now, question 5 is, let's see, Mohan deposits rupees 2000 in his bank account and withdraws 1642. So, suppose this is the bank account. Once he is putting some money in the bank account, how much he is putting? He is putting rupees 2000. Suppose whatever he puts, I take it as positive. Okay, whatever he puts in the bank, we take it as positive because his balance is increasing. Whatever thing increases, we take it as positive. So, and withdraws how much? 1642 rupees from it the next day. So next day he took out how much? For 1642. It should be positive or negative. Obviously, when you put the money in bank, your balance increase, but when you take out the money from bank, your balance decrease. That means this thing is negative. Whenever you take money out, it is taken as negative money. You can check in your passbook also. Whenever you take out money from your debit card or credit card, the balance reduces in your account. That means you are subtracting that value from your balance. Now, if withdrawal of amount from the account is represented by a negative number, we have already taken it negative, then how will you represent the amount deposited? Obviously, if the amount, what you say, withdrawal, if the amount withdrawal, that is this amount, is shown by negative, obviously amount submitted will be taken as positive. No doubt is there of that. What is asking now? Find the balance in Mohan's account after the withdrawal. Very simple. The first day when he submitted the money or he deposited the money, he had a sum of how much rupees? rupees 2000. Next day he purchased something for how much rupees? 1642. So how will you find the balance? Very simple. You will subtract. You will do 2000 minus 1642. Whatever will be remaining will be your balance. Okay. Now see question number 6. Rita goes 20 kilometers towards east from a point A to the point B. So this girl Rita is presently at this point A. She goes 20 kilometers like this to point B. So she travels how much? She travels 20 kilometers. Now let us first have the sign convention. Suppose I take this direction going as negative and this direction going as positive. We have to consider it. It will help us to understand the question simply. Now, from B, she moves 30 kilometers towards west along the same road. On the same road, from point B, she goes 30 kilometers back. That means first she reaches A and then she moves further 10 kilometers to reach point this one. At this point, she is at present. Okay, now you can see this is how much 30 kilometers complete distance from here to here. Suppose this is point C. Suppose she reached point C. Now, what is saying? If the distance towards east is represented by a positive integer, we have taken that only, then how will you represent distance traveled towards west? Very simple. If we are taking towards east as positive, we will have to take towards west as negative. If we are taking towards north as positive, we will take towards south as negative. Okay. Now, by which integer will you represent her final position from A? Very simple. Suppose this traveled 20 in the starting and then back how much? 30. That means first it walked 20 kilometers to reach A. Then how much it walked extra? 10 kilometer extra. So you will show this point C as minus 10 and this is the answer. Okay. Now question number 7 is based on magic square question. In this question, it is asking us to check whether this given box is a magic. Question wants us to check whether this is a magic square or not. First of all, let us understand what is a magic square. In this case, we have magic square of, or we have a square of 9 blocks containing row 1, row 2, row 3. So we take horizontal lines as row and vertical line as column. So column 1, column 2 and column 3. For this box to be a magic square, the condition is sum of all the row, sum of all the column and sum of the diagonals, that is these elements. These are known as diagonal elements should also be equal. So you got it? How it can be a magic square? For this box to be magic square, the sum of all the row should be equal, sum of all the columns should be equal, sum of these diagonals should also be equal. Let's check one by one to check whether it is a magic square or not. Let's see. First we have taken row 1. You can see 5 plus bracket minus 1 plus bracket minus 4. Whenever we have a negative number, it is a good tendency to write in brackets. Okay, like this. When you open it, it becomes 5 minus 1 minus 4. Why minus 1? Because plus into minus is minus and plus into minus is minus. When you solve, you get 0. Similarly, when you find row 2 sum, row 3 sum, column 1 sum, column 2 sum, column 3 sum, you will get 0 always. Now check the diagonal this time. Diagonal 1. This is diagonal 1. 5 plus minus 2 plus minus 3. When I check, I again got 0. So I think this is a magic square, but we should not guess right now. We should check till the last step, that is last diagonal, this one. But when I check this diagonal, I got the answer as 0
plus minus 2 plus minus 4. When you open the brackets, you get minus 2 minus 4, that is both signs are equal sign, both are negative sign. So answer is minus 6. You can see we have got 0 in all the sums, but the last case came as different. So we can say this is not an example of magic square. Okay, thank you. Kindly revise it.